Hi, I'm Bob Abbott with Alarca Property Management, and we currently manage homes throughout the Charlotte, North Carolina area and surrounding counties. And today I'm going to talk about how long it takes to rent your home in the Charlotte area, or how long it takes to find a tenant. We're often asked these questions by potential clients and even existing clients when their home goes vacant. And so I'm just going to dive right in and give you the answer. Pulling the data from over 1,600 homes that rented within 5 miles of uptown Charlotte in the past 12 months, the average is 35 days. The short was 0, the long was 379, with a home that was rented for $8,000 a month. And so there's data that we can use to pull more information to be more helpful with that answer. But 35 days is the average across the board for our market over the past year. Now, there are a number of factors that can influence how long that will take. And so I want to talk about 4 key factors that you can use to decrease the amount of time that it takes to rent your property. If you haven't purchased the home yet, number 1 is going to be location, location, location. Just like when you're selling a property, tenants want a good location for their property. Looking at the data, over 6,000 homes were rented in Mecklenburg County alone, of the 8,400 that were rented all of last year. So 6,000 in Mecklenburg County, nearly 5,000 just within Charlotte city limits. By comparison, the next highest demand county was Iredell County with only about 700 homes that rented there. So that doesn't mean that you can't rent homes in areas outside of Charlotte and Mecklenburg County. It just means the demand is highest in those areas, as is the supply. So there are some factors there. We certainly rent homes in different cities, different counties, all around Charlotte, and we've got good luck across the board. But if you're comparing apples and apples, Charlotte's going to have a bigger demand. The next factor is going to be price. I talked about 379 days for the longest it took to rent a home last year. That was $8,000 a month. The average price for all of the rentals, about $1,400 a month in our market. So if you're near that sweet spot, kind of 1,200 to say 1,700, that's what we find to be the highest demand. 4-bedroom home, 2.5 baths, 1 or 2 car garage. That's what the hedge funds have been buying. That seems to be the sweet spot for rentals. There's a lot of demand there. They're easy to rent, and we have no problem finding qualified tenants for those homes. The higher end, we can get qualified tenants. They're going to sit a little bit longer. The low end, we can get tenants all day long. We can find tenants within a week usually on those homes. However, a lot of those tenants don't meet our criteria for actually renting the home. And that's going to bring us to number 3, which is the rental criteria. The tougher your criteria, the longer it's going to take to find a tenant. On the flip side, you can find a tenant very quickly if all you need is first month's rent and security deposit. That may not be the best answer for you long term. Your return may be decreased if you have higher turnover costs, if you've got higher repair costs, if your tenants aren't staying as long. We find that tenants with better credit, better income, tend to stay longer in the homes. And for example, our average tenancy last year was almost 3 years. So rather than turn a property every year, if you can get a tenant to stay 3 or 4 years, that's going to increase your investment return and decrease your costs. And finally, number 4 is going to be the condition of the property. Doesn't matter if the location's great, if the price is great, if the home doesn't sparkle, if it doesn't look good, if it doesn't smell good, a potential tenant is not going to be interested in that home. You're not going to be able to get the quality tenant that you want to get for that home. So make sure all of your work is done before you're showing that property. Have it painted, have it cleaned. It should smell great. By all means, make sure utilities are on in the home. We've shown homes listed by other firms where utilities were off. You go in at 6 o'clock in the winter and you can't see anything in the home because it's dark outside. So we're trying to use our phone as a flashlight. It's not a great way to show a property. If they try to use the bathroom and they can't flush the toilet or wash their hands because there's no water, obviously that's not a great thing. And you want the temperature of the home to be comfortable. It doesn't need to be 80 degrees in the wintertime, but 60 degrees in a home in the winter, 80 degrees in the summer is fine to show a property and have a tenant be comfortable so they can walk through and make sure they're going to be happy with the home. I know there's some expense there. It certainly, in our opinion, helps get the home rented more quickly and gets a better quality tenant. There are a number of other factors that will influence how quickly you can get the home rented. You can see the list on our website by going to the owner and investor section, or you can give us a call and we're happy to discuss that with you.